Hey everybody, my name is Jared and this is Simply Tuning In. Welcome to this week's lesson on waltz time, or 3/4 time. So, something that's super important to know. So we talked last week about rhythm and how the pulse of the rhythm is what drives your feeling of the music. And I think for 3/4 time, what we're focusing on today, the feel is completely different. So, as I like to always say, back when I was an elementary school teacher, there are two ways to divide up rhythm. In twos or in threes. So if your feet, I always told my kids, if it was in march time, so you feel like you're moving forward, march, 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 you're in two. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then ironically, if you're in three, you're in 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if you feel yourself swaying back and forth to music, you're probably in some sort of 3 feel. Doesn't have to be 3/4. There's also 6/8, which I'll get to in a minute. So, whenever you're, so the song we're working on today is My Favorite Things by Julie Andrews, and this one has a very intense waltz feel. So the most important thing when you're dealing with waltz time or 3/4 time is this feeling of 1. So you always want to make sure you have a big whoomp every time you get to the downbeat, the beat 1. So I'm actually going to have you all stand up and let's practice dancing. You don't have to dance like super woo woo woo. Just take a step, and I'll try to do it with my limited space here. And I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I want you to step on 1, and I want you to feel that momentum moving through, because every time you sing something in waltz time, you're really going to need to feel that as you're singing it too. So let's give that a practice. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Exactly. So go ahead and pause the video if you want to practice that a bit more. But really make sure you're feeling that 1. And that's going to be the biggest, most important thing that you watch out for when you're doing something in 3/4 time. So if you guys are awesome mathematicians and you've heard I've heard of 6/8 time, what's the difference? Because 6 is 3 times 2 and 8 is 3 times 2, or 3 times 4. Wait, 2 times 2. Oh gosh, I can't do math. I'm a musician. Is 2 times 4. So it's just like 3/4 time. And that's true. But the thing with 6/8 time is you have a feeling of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. And so you really feel the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so it doesn't feel like a waltz because the waltz is doing every 3. Do, boom, boom. So don't worry about that if that made no sense to you. Anytime you're in 3, make sure you're focusing on the downbeat, the first part. 1, 2, 3, 1. So, all right. If you want a good warm-up in, please pause the video, go to the warm-up in the video description, and we'll meet you back here in just a few minutes after you finished our warm-up. 3, 2, 1. Or I should have done 1, 2, 3. Welcome back. All right. So our song for the day is My Favorite Things. I love this song. This is just one of the all-time classics. And if you go back and you listen to the recording, you definitely will hear she's really feeling that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And I mean, in The Sound of Music, she's just dancing around as she's saying it. I mean, she's speaking a lot of the words too. So and you really want to make sure that we're speaking the words with that feeling of raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Bum, 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 bum. And you're kind of dancing with your words, getting that nice like waltz feel going on. So can we just very slowly speak the words to the very first verse? So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, and here we go. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens. Brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Oh gosh, I love this. Okay. And at any time, because sometimes the notes do get interesting. These are a few of my favorite things. If that's feeling too complicated, just speak it. A brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. You can always speak it if for some reason the notes are getting kind of complicated. And that's what Julie Andrews does too. Although probably she's doing it on purpose. So yeah, let's try one more time, speaking it, and just get that rhythm of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Really feel that boom, boom, as we're going through. A little bit faster, and I'll play the chords this time. And you're gonna hear a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We'll go a little slower than that. 1. And notice how I'm giving a strong 1, 2. And make sure you echo that feeling when you're singing it. So we go 1, 2. Here we go, speaking. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Nice. Let's try it faster. All right. Oh, let's just do this. Do it slower. Sorry, I know fast. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's do it slower. Try it with the notes. Pause the video. Go to the link in the description and listen to the original if you need a refresher on what this on how this song goes. And if you've never seen The Sound of Music, pause the video and go watch that right away. This is super important homework. This is one of the all-time great films of all time. All time. All right, slowly. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Yeah, these are a few of my favorite parts. That was my favorite parts as well. These are a few of my favorite things. Oh, it's so good. All right. Let's try it up to. So we're gonna do it up to tempo, so the original speed, but speaking it this time, and then we'll throw in the notes. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Now let's try it with singing. 1, 2, here we go. Yeah. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Second verse. Here we go. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, snowbells and daybells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Same thing, here we go. Girls in white dresses and blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, over with winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. And you go up on that last one. Sorry, I'm messing up some of the words as I'm trying to play the chords really quickly. I trust you won't be. All right, in the next part. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad. So even though I'm no longer playing the still feel it. When the dog bites, when the bee sings, when I'm feeling sad. And then pull back. I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. So this is all about playing with that tick, 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 da, 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 da. So sometimes we're going boom, chick, chick, boom, chick, chick. That's literally in the business, in the music business, we call this boom chick. Because it sounds like boom chick. But, and then you change from boom chick to da, da, da. So, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things. And then you get a change of da, 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 da. So make sure you're alternating between boom chick and da, da, da. Okay, so for our final run through of my favorite things, we're going to do the whole thing twice. So the first time is going to be in one key, and then I'm going to give you a bit of a transition, and I will push the transposition button on my keyboard because I'm lazy, and then I'll give you a big fat bum, bum, and then we'll go again, and it might even get a little faster. And ready? Here we go. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. 2, 3, 4. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white dresses that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. Here we go. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. 1, 2, 3, here we go. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly on the moon with their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. That ending was terrible. Okay, well, I totally bombed that last part. Okay. Well, anyways, thanks for joining us for 3-4. For next week, I think we'll take it back to basics, and I want to get into breathing. So, and I want to talk about where the breathing should go and all that stuff. So that will be next week. See you then. Okay, so here we go. My favorite things. Do some laundry. I don't know. Go to your nearby field and dance around. I don't, for some reason, I'm thinking of all this, the Sounds of Music things. And spin around a little bit. Make sure you get some good dance going on for this waltz time. All right, here we go. 1, here we go. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Here we go. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and chaser with noodles. Okay, let's give it another try. So, and I'm going to give you an in between each of the, oh, it doesn't matter.